Hello, it is December 25th, 2021. Um, and I'm using Clip Studio Paint this time. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Um, let's give it a shot. And I'm just gonna draw a picture of myself. Um, right now I'm just kind of getting a feel of the rough brush. I quite like it. Um, Pressure sensitivity is like, yeah, no, this is a cool brush. Just the default one. Bit husky. Ooh. This is something I normally do anyway when I'm warming up. I'll just make lots of random marks. Smooth. No, I don't like that one. This one's a brush pen. Not too different from the other one. Thicker, I guess. Okay, I think we're gonna stick with rough. Yeah. I think this one seems the most natural. Okay, let's get into it. I like starting with my eyes when I draw myself most of the time. Unless if my face isn't like a really specific angle, I'll usually always start with my eyes or my nose. Um, 'Cause I'm like a perpetual glasses wearer and the glasses are kind of neat 'cause they frame my face and I use them to sort of get a good idea of where everything is. Although it always ends up still looking a bit scuffed, no matter what I do. But that's okay. Part of doing portraits for me is accepting how I look and accepting how I interpret myself. Even if it looks weird. Um, I don't know. There's a reason why. Um, there's a reason why you drew it that way, I guess. I don't know. I don't really understand it completely yet, but hopefully the idea is that I'll keep doing it, and someday I will. I notice I kind of trail off from time to time when I'm talking about drawing while I'm doing it. It's just because I'm also focusing on the drawing, of course, at the same time. So it's a bit, well, at least for me, it's always been hard to uh, get the right words out, I guess. And I guess that's why I'm an artist, because my drawings say a lot more than the words that I use, I feel. And they say it in a much cooler way, I would like to believe. So already I'm looking at the picture and it kind of doesn't look right. I think I made the nose here a bit too long, but that's the power of digital illustration. I can just move it wherever the hell I want. I'm already liking Clip Studio a lot more than Photoshop. I don't know what it is about this program. It just feels um I don't know. I don't know how to I don't know how to describe it. There's something snappy about it. Photoshop has that feeling too, but it's I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out the word as I keep doing it, as I keep using it. I think I'm gonna start doing more drawings in Clip because I just don't get Photoshop, honestly. All these years I've been using it and I still don't feel like it's a very intuitive program. I don't know why. So my chin doesn't or my face structure doesn't exactly sort of taper like, well, it isn't super crooked, at least I think, but um I like drawing it that way sometimes. With a portrait, you can make yourself a self-portrait. You can make yourself look however you want. And although I'm not really deviating from how I look, it's more about a feeling of, I mean, 'cause I could just take a picture of myself and that would do a better job of representing like who I am to people, but with self-portraits, I get to control how I look and I get to control all these things. And that to me is just a lot more fun. Um, I've been watching the Witcher TV show. It reminds me of Yennefer's story. I get to control the world on my own terms. And that's kind of how art is, I guess. Alright, so this is off. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to adjust it. Think if I can find the transform controls, I can operation, is that it? Alright. There we go. So yeah. Okay. Nose. I've drawn myself from the frontal view, um, I don't know how many hundreds of times. So this is like by default the easy or my most comfortable way of drawing myself. And I guess it says something about maybe I just look at myself this way, just directly in the mirror most of the time, and that's why I draw this way. Or at least draw the portraits this way. I don't know. Alright, anyway, it's looking closer to the picture. Um, I want to flip the nose here because I like the way I've done it. Let's see if I can figure it out. Um, Maybe it's scale and rotate still, I guess. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Um, let's erase one of these eyes. I also, a thing about, I don't know why, when I draw, I can't focus on an area for very long. I just like to move from one space to another. Um, I just want to get it all sort of set. I don't know. Alright, my ear's down here. Actually, no, it's not. In the photo, my ear is around here where the lip is because I'm looking up. So the ear, normally it's going to be in line with your nose and your eye. It will normally be right here and here, but because I'm looking up, the ear is lower. So it's here. Start doing some hair. I'm already liking the way this is turning out. It's looking interesting, at least to me. I like this brush a lot too. There's something to be said about a good digital brush that leaves like a good texture, but it's also, I don't know, there's something about this brush that is very satisfying to me. It's crispy. I would like to get into making some of my own someday on these programs. I do make some of my own on Procreate. It just is a lot easier on Procreate for me for some reason, but on here I just get overwhelmed with, at least on Photoshop, I get overwhelmed with all the options and I'm not really too sure how to navigate the system. So I never end up making any for computer or PC. Let's erase this other eye too. We're gonna redo this space. Go up like this. Think like that. Looks bright. I would be here. Moving my nose holes up a bit. I think the lips are still okay here. Alright. Right now, the eyes don't really have any spirit in them. Um, so let's work on that for a little bit. In this top section, I'm sort of leaving out the white on the eye. That's kind of just the light that's hitting the glasses. Like there's a in the picture, there's just a ton of light hitting the glasses. Because I took the picture right in front of my computer. So let's just do the eyebrows here. Okay, that's definitely not what my eyebrows look like. Let's undo that. Normally, I kind of just, I don't even really uh, detail my eyebrows like ever. I kind of feel like most of the time they're just semi covered up by my glasses, so I don't bother putting too much effort into them like ever. For other people, for their portraits, they may think oh, my eyebrows are a really important feature. And that's when you're doing yourself, I think focusing on the the things that make I have this little tuft of bedhead here. Oh no, is that? Oh, it's not. It's not. Okay, all right. I knew my hair was. Yeah, my hair is okay today. All right. Yeah. Focusing on what you think is important about yourself, your face, your identity, is what make, and at least that's what um right, the street calligraphers, they will focus on what's most prominent about you, but only you yourself like decide what is most important and what makes like you a drawing of you than somebody else drawing a picture of you, I guess. I don't know, but obviously, you know, um, if you look at somebody long enough, you'll be able to understand and capture that too. I recently started to enjoy drawing hair. I'm doing it pretty sloppy right now, but on one of my commissions, I sort of discovered the joy of doing it, just stroke after stroke of just lines, but the whole the amalgamation, the total of oh my God, I can't even edit this out. The total of all the lines uh will make it just makes it look cool, and yeah, I like drawing hair now. Obviously my hair is not going this way, but I don't know. It's sometimes it's fun to fill your the spaces with some of these random marks. Anyway, we'll come back to the hair. It's not that important right now. I noticed lately when I'm drawing myself, I notice I draw a lot of bags under my eyes, but in this photo and in this drawing, I don't feel that way. I don't feel like I have all those I don't feel like my eyes are sagging, and I don't feel like the skin is just drooping because I'm tired. It just feels different today. I don't know why. And maybe they're still there in the photo, but I just don't feel like that's the way it is today. Alright, let's redo this eye. I like this other one. Another thing is the ear. I always tend to not give the ear too much detail. Uh, I don't know, they're just ears, I guess. Sloppy. Adam's apple's right about here. Some shadow. This is shadow, this is shadow. This is kind of shadow. This is shadow. Actually, this isn't right here. Let's just erase this. My neck is actually kind of leaning towards this way, actually, if I look more closely. And so the problem here is the canvas isn't big enough. One thing I learned in school is that you don't want to ever cut off a drawing on an important place. And what am I saying here? It's not uh, like you don't want to crop a painting. If I was drawing a person, you don't want to crop a painting like that's their feet right here, and then you barely see the bit of their foot right there. I don't know if this makes any sense. Forget about it. Anyway, you don't want to crop your image in certain areas because it just looks weird. So what we'll do is just this. We'll just have the lines leading off, and that way the person looking at this will just fill the rest with their imagination. Um, do any of you people who watch ever draw yourselves? And if you do you find it therapeutic or is it more frustrating? For me, I find it just, it's like looking at the mirror, but way more fun. Um, I do find it stressful at times when I can't render myself the way I want. And I think when I do find myself frustrated doing a self-portrait, um, yeah, I just realized like I need to temper my expectations. And of course, sometimes it's just like me realizing, wow, I need to practice more, I need to draw more, so that way I can, you know, make, I can, um, so I can show the world what I look like, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. Um, I've been saying that way too much, I guess. Yeah, I don't, there's a lot of things about my process that I still don't completely understand, and a, the main part of my practice is just working it through that, I guess. Working through the mystery. Something about this eye here isn't joshing with me. It's not jo it's mm, what's the word? It just doesn't feel right. I know because I've sort of looked before, but like my eyes aren't perfectly, like my face isn't perfectly symmetrical. So I think that right now I'm not even looking at the picture anymore because at this point, I have most of my features down, so I feel like I can just um, since I have most of my features down, I want to let myself fill in the rest, if that makes any sense. You know, that's not so fun doing a hyper realistic. I want to let some of my own creativity in, I guess. Man, I'm really liking this. Um, I have to say, I am friendship ended with Photoshop. My new friend is Clip Studio Paint. I'm thinking, for a new video, I'm going to. I have a couple plans. I want to do a learning series where I'll record myself studying something, and I don't know if it'll be a master copy or if it'll be just practicing drawing something that I've never really been good at. Um, so I want to do, yeah, like a. It will look. None of the stuff that I do in that series will look uh, great, but I think it'll make for interesting content, and at least I can talk about some of the things I notice when I'm learning, I guess. And then I also want to do um, maybe like fan art of some of my favorite games or characters because I have so many favorite characters and I think it'd be fun to draw them. So those are two new series that I'm thinking about doing. I'll definitely keep doing more Gabawaba, and for anybody who doesn't understand what that is, um, the Gabawaba drawings are it's basically just me doodling in silence. Uh, they are I've with some of my other styles, I've come up with a visual language that I feel is pretty unique, and it kind of uses a lot of there's a lot of visual imagery that I use to translate like an idea, and I can't properly sort of explain all of it because all of it sort of is connected and all of it is also um, at the same time like its own existing thing. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense out of context, but yeah, those are just it's my own language, I guess. It's my visual language. I'll do more of those, and um, I figured that I would just upload them without any music, so that way people could watch and enjoy their own music. But maybe that doesn't make any sense. Maybe I should just use the uh, YouTube free music. I don't really know. Let me know if you guys have any better suggestions. Um, yeah, I'm genuinely looking for like any feedback as to what music to put in some of these videos because I don't have shit. Like legit, I just don't know. And I feel like I wish I could just like play whatever music I'm actually listening to while I'm drawing, but then with fucking copyright, I don't know, it would just be silenced or whatever, so forget it. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Oops, kind of too many lines here made the ear look a bit weird. Yeah. Um, at this point, there's a lot of info. Um, Something that's always good is to like just chill for a little bit after you've been drawing for a little while and just look at it, think about it, zoom it out, zoom it back in. These lines I'm doing on the lip are the highlights of light hitting my lips. And I erased a little bit here because it's way too dark. I mean, my lips aren't black. So I'm going to just do a bit of shading here. Darken it with layers. That looks kind of creepy, actually. That's cool. It's a cool effect. Some of these lines I'm going to erase here. It's so easy to erase and add on digital. I really like that. With even with pencil and paper, you know, after a while, if you erase too much, there's a limit. Eventually, you'll start tearing away at the paper. Um, yeah, with digital, it's everything is a lot less precious because there's a history and you can go back and change it. Yeah. Something doesn't look right. I don't know what it is. There's something. It's looking like me, but it's also not. Something isn't right. Alright, right now I'm actually missing. Oh, there's a lasso tool. Very cool. I was just about to say I couldn't find the lasso tool. I use this tool a lot um, in um, Procreate, Photoshop, and digital illustration. It's just you can select something and then move it wherever you want. Hmm. Hmm. I know it's not right here. So, glasses? Yeah. Glasses actually should be higher. Higher, you say? They're already so high up. Alright, I'm gonna move them up. Like there. I think that's where they are. Then the nose needs to go. I wish I could hide this toolbar. Like, why is it like it's just blocking? I don't know. Yeah, I really don't like this toolbar. Like, I see how it's useful, but it wish I could hide it. All right, let's take a look at that. Um, let's see. Let's try that. No. I think my lips are actually, I made them a bit too small. Let's Okay. Yeah. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah. Okay. All right. These are like shadows. And of course the shadows like aren't that dark on my face, but I'm doing them 'cause they look cool. Let's take a look and see how that looks. Does that look weird? Yeah, kinda. Alright. Let's take a break from that and work on the hair again. These are like highlights. Um, This this dark part of my glasses is making me look so grim. Like I feel like I am drawing a character out of like a drama. Like I'm looking into the dark alley and seeing something I don't like. I'm gonna erase this. It looked cool, but a bit not really the vibe that I was feeling or am feeling. With your self-portrait, you owe it to yourself to be honest. Uh, if you ask me why, um, I would just say because I don't know, it just is more, there's just something more to a really honest portrait and a not very honest one. I don't know. Well, what is honest and not honest? I don't know. I'm just rambling. That's what these drawing videos, or at least my commentary for drawing mostly is. It's a lot of rambling. Uh, I have to say, I really like this brush and this drawing. It's turning out cool. Um, maybe the first few videos is just like a performance anxiety, but no, I'm pretty happy with this one. It's looking cool. You make the best stuff when you're not, when you're like in your own zone, when you're not feeling any pressure, or when you just I don't know. It just you know when you're making something that you know when you're in your own zone, I guess. When you draw more, like end up um I mean, I guess it's different with everybody, but for me, the more I draw, the more I have learned to be just confident with mark making. Um, and that will go, um, I don't know, it shows when you make work. And you know, I was watching Bob Ross, and he when he does the the tree, he's like, now, all right, now's the big moment. Now it's time for courage, right? That's exactly what he's doing. He's creating, like, it could go terribly wrong. It could be like it could ruin the entire piece. Like that to me is so like mind blowing. It's like he's putting something in so big that it could just throw off the whole kilter, like the whole um just like energy of a painting, right? Uh, the boldness of it is just, and getting it right too, being confident in yourself that you can get that mark or movement right. I don't know. That's what's so beautiful to me about Bob Ross. Watching him work is like you really can see like you just have to believe like you can do it, and you just try, and once you do it, like it's there. I don't know. I really admire. Honestly, that watching his stuff made me want to get into that's what made me start doing these videos. Yeah, anybody can draw. He's right. All it takes is just the will to try. Anybody can draw. And that's what I say about portraiture too. Anybody can draw themselves. People say, "Oh, I can't draw." No, like anybody can look in the mirror and you just I think this is done. I don't think I want to add any more. I like how it's looking. I think oops. I didn't have the brush on. All right, let's just fix that edge off there and yeah, I like this a lot. It's not it doesn't feel completely finished, but that's okay. Like I just like how it looks now. I don't think I want to add any more. Oops. All right. Well, that's the piece. That's the drawing. Um, Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas.